Would you tell me about the history of Languedoc? We talked a lot yesterday about phylloxera and 60-year so tell me, if you would, about your impression of the history of Languedoc and how it affects wine in Languedoc today.
Okay, so 2,600 years in 2 minutes. Okay. Languedoc-Roussillon is the oldest winemaking region in France. Started roughly 2,000, almost 800 years ago with the first Greek settlers around Agde. It's been regarded very early in history as a very easy to grow grape region. Under the Romans, already lots of wine was being produced in the so-called Narbonnaise, which would go from Nîmes all the way to Bordeaux. Vast amount of wine was produced at the time already, and was already becoming a bit of a problem for the Romans because of the concurrence déloyale. I'm not sure how you say that in English. Too much competition basically for wines from Umbria, the Lazio and Campania. So already an overproducing, too generous, very rich area. The history of the Languedoc-Roussillon it's a very tumultuous one. There have been periods where fine wines have been produced. There have been periods where very low quality wines have been produced. The highest production was probably achieved straight after the phylloxera period. So basically 1860 to about 1920, which led to a major overproduction crisis period. The region itself is very much influenced by local politics. It's a left-wing region with a very strong sense of community. This is no beautiful Tuscany with private single estates. The Languedoc-Roussillon, the life of the Languedoc-Roussillon is based mostly upon its villages and its inhabitants. So, yes, the climate is perfect for growing grapes. Yes, the Languedoc has produced some very average wine for quite some time, but at the same time, the winemaking community is very strong, very driven, and 30 years ago they decided to really bring the region up again and produce the best wines possible. And these days it's become very, very obvious that the region can produce not only very clean, fresh, well-type, modern wines, but can also produce very, very fine wines. So it's a region which is capable, through human ambition, to be able to produce the very best in small estates mostly, and also some very clean, nice, fruity white wines.